Welcome, strangers. Sorry to conceal my identity, but I needed to verify your identity first. I know you have come to learn of my experiences in Dungeons & Dragons this week, so let me share them with you. It has been an extremely interesting experience for me, one that I've never taken part in before. My name in Second Life is Flint Bookmite. In real life, Donna Pasquarello. My Dungeons & Dragons experiences really showed me how role-playing can unite a group of people, even people who are across the country from one another. I was fascinated by the teamwork that the 3 other people on my team had to put together in order to accomplish a common goal. When given the assignment to create my own Dungeons & Dragons character, it was fun to have free reign to give my character whatever name, Maloklam, or whatever powers I wanted to choose. But after playing the game, I realized that the powers that I had were only as good as they complemented the powers of the other people in my group. My group did a good job working together, but had I had some different powers, I probably would have been able to help them a whole lot more than I actually was. The experience was a little bit on the scary side when I realized I had other people's lives affected by my choices. Here's a few clips from our role-playing.
What we're doing is we're just playing this game so you can get a feel of what role-playing is in its most popular form. And that way when you have your podcast later and you write your own adventure, you can transfer those ideas to something in your professional life.
I enjoyed the choices and I enjoyed the interaction, and that we could hear the outcome of the choices that we made. While I'm sure that the actual game has more visuals, I enjoyed those that we had. The maps were great, and the cautions were extremely appreciated as we went through the game.
Okay.
So this week I learned that role-playing isn't just about achieving teamwork among a group of people, but also it taught me how forethought can really impact the success of the goals achieving that I'm searching for, and that what I do, if it's too selfish or doesn't think of the good of the group, can really impact everyone else. Professionally, I would hope that my students would also gain that lack of selfishness and that good for the group attitude that I saw in Dungeons & Dragons.
It's up to Maloklam and Ronan to continue back in his life. Who's going to go first?
I felt like the pressure was on when we got towards the end of our quest, and I had to make some decisions at the end. I'm glad that they all turned out good in the end. I learned in the role-playing activity that professionally I could incorporate this technique by involving some role-playing in the literature studies that I do in my English classes. Involving the students in analyzing characters, in analyzing the relationship between characters, and the traits that they exhibit in the books can really help students interpret them, and that will lead to better reading comprehension and better writing skills ultimately for my students. It'll be a challenge to make it exciting and fun for them, but I think if they're given some free rein within the literature to apply some of what they learned, I think they can really grow through the experience. So, all's well that ends well, and our quest did end well. One of the quotes from the Aldrich text on simulations that stands out on my mind is that there's a hidden assumption that traditional e-learning is meant to be easy. And I think that's a good point about all learning, especially things that are on the computer. I think students assume it's going to be easy, and I don't think that the role-playing that we do should be easy. I think the technology should be understandable and easy in that way, but the learning should be challenging. Guy's semiotic domains principle seems to apply to what I want to do with my students, because the importance of mastering the affinity to a group, that's what my students need to accomplish. If I can help teenagers not only want to be part of a group, but feel like they're part of that group and learn from it, then I will feel like I've been a success. So, thank you for listening to my thoughts, and maybe we'll meet on the battlefield sometime.